Hello and welcome. Today we'll be demonstrating Expert Wealth's Agentforce build Sully, which is completed by ProQuest, which is really focused around how to onboard a customer and which packages are appropriate for them when they engage in that first phase. You'll see on the right-hand side, we've got Jeff Rowley, who's currently filling out the customer-facing side. On the left-hand side, we've got our Salesforce system. And there is a little bit of a preamble here, gathering some information from Jeff, just to understand what his goals are and why he's engaging with Expert Wealth. So as we do that, we're starting to build up a little bit of a profile about Jeff, and we'll use a lot of these attributes about Jeff downstream when we start to tailor a package to him, which is going to be delivered via Agentforce, in this case, Sully. So we did capture a little bit of information here with Jeff specifically. We're going for more of that retirement-based scenario. So you'll notice that the questions as we start to get into them are more geared to that. And that's purely around the date of birth that we're using here. We can tell there's an older gentleman, has a lot of superannuation. And one of the interesting things about this solution is we're able to get your profession. And as you would expect with an LLM, we can say things like doctor, DR, and have that pick up that it is a doctor itself. And that would be the same with a coffee maker being a barista. So rather than having to call out these different professions, we're able to make a good call through those generative AI components to understand what that role is, and then use that in our lead scoring, which you can see has popped up on the left-hand side here of 210. Jeff started to engage with Sully on the right-hand side. Immediate question, understanding whether or not they're ready to create their onboarding journey. You can see all of those parameters have been passed over into the messaging session, and we've created a lead as a result of that. And Jeff here is going to say, look, I'm really interested in my superannuation and my wealth. If you can notice on the left-hand side, you'll see within the lead details that there is an advice segment, which is currently defaulted to protect. This is one of Expert Wealth's default packages, but as we progress through these conversations, we'll see that get updated. And that's really as a result of understanding that Jeff is more in that enjoy package component, which is about enjoying all of the hard work that you've done over these years and start living your retirement. So a few background actions happening there, which is why you're seeing the delay from the Sully side. But now we're actually starting to get into some questions about how on track Jeff is and what he's planning to do with his retirement. Now, these questions and the responses that we're asking or getting back rather, are not stored on the record itself. They're stored within the messaging session. And this is utilized for the advisor who takes the call with Jeff, which we'll see later, to sort of drive that conversation and understand what it is that they're looking to do as part of their engagement with Expert Wealth. And you can see on the left-hand side there as well with the lead details, that's now updated to enjoy. So again, it just demonstrates that we have a little bit of background process going on as we have this communication with Sully. So we'll finalize these questions and we'll start to get into another lead action update, which is focused around your self-managed super funds. So one of our next questions is going to be focused around whether or not there is one in place. Jeff is going to say yes to this, and the reason for that is you can see on the lead details here, this SMSF is not currently ticked, but if we say yes it is, it's a good demonstration that we're engaging with Jeff and then capturing that information on the lead, which could ultimately be used in our conversations further down the track. We'll refresh this tab and we'll see that's been updated. But now the next stage of this is booking in an appointment with Jeff. So Jeff's pretty keen here. And as a result, he's going to say, I want one this next week. With this solution, we have built in some parameters around how valuable that lead is, as I said at the start of this. So if you're someone we want to speak to immediately, just based on having a very lean team, we'll make those appointments for you available. If not, we'll push you a little bit further out, just so that we can be prioritizing leads that are more valuable to Expert Wealth. And here we'll see that Jeff is saying, yep, let's go for option 3. Again, interaction between the system Salesforce and its backend and the agent itself. We can see here that the appointment has now been created. That's been ticked on the right-hand side where the cursor is now. So this gives us a full understanding of exactly where the appointment is and what stage the lead is at. Just now going to thank the agent for all of its hard work and time, and then we'll move into looking at the service appointments. You can see here I've got a filter on this service appointment view, which is just for today. We've created a couple, and we can see service appointment 121, which has been created at 12:30 with the package of Enjoy. And if we drill into that, we can see that that's scheduled. It's associated to Jeff. The work type is Enjoy in the scenario, so each one of those packages has a specific work type so that we can make sure our advisors are assigned to the correct appointments. And if we go on our calendar and have a look, we can start to see that Jeff has that booked in with Paris, who's the green color, within his calendar, and we'll get the associated emails as well as that, just so that he can drive his day based on the interactions that Sully's had.